Hey yo, what is good everybody? It is your boy Clouds here bringing you back another video, and today's video is going to be a little different, alright? Today we're going to be comparing or giving out the questions or answering all the questions that everybody has about why is Warzone better than Blackout, or why did Warzone do better than Blackout did? Because Blackout, in my opinion, was actually not that bad, alright? It just didn't be as good as Warzone did, alright? So we're going to be talking about that in this video. We're going to be answering all the questions of why Warzone is better, or which one do you think you guys is better, alright? So just let me know down below in the comments. So we're just gonna jump straight into this. We're gonna wing it and just talk about both games in general. But before we get into the video, I'd appreciate it if subscribe to my channel, hit that like button down below. I'm trying to get as much people in my channel or things like that. So if you are new to the channel, hit that subscribe button, like the video, and let me know down below which one to you was better, Blackout or Warzone. So let's get straight into it. We're gonna talk about both games, alright? So the number one question that is why is Blackout like not as good as Warzone is right now? Or how did Warzone blow up and Blackout didn't? Now in my opinion, that is my question that I have, is why did Warzone do better than Blackout, and like what did it do better, and what has better mechanics, or even Warzone, what made Warzone the way Warzone is, alright? So let's first talk about Blackout. Now Blackout did come out, this was the very first battle royale game mode that came out with Call of Duty, so we didn't know what to expect here. We didn't know if it was going to be good or not. We didn't know how fun it was going to be. We didn't know how it was going to work and things like that, so everybody was pretty hyped. It was called Blackout. There was all these new mechanics and things like that, so nobody knew what to expect. Now we're going to talk about the pros and the cons of Blackout. Alright, now for the pros, we are gonna say that Blackout did have good graphic wise, like everything was bright, you know. That's what Fortnite did good as well, is have bright colors, which made people want to play more. And people who love Call of Duty, they just want to play the game. They don't care what's going on, so they just want to play a game. Battle Royale is a new thing that's going on, so they just like, let's just throw that in there. So we got the colors, we got the brights, everything's pretty nicely. There's nothing ever messed up about the game. It's not depressing looking, you know, it's pretty good looking. Now secondly is the map. Okay, the map to me, in my opinion, was actually not that bad. It was actually a pretty good map. They threw in all the OG maps in there. Kind of like that in my opinion. All the maps were pretty good. I like how they organized it all. Even added hijack in the end of the game. But if you enjoy Blackout still, you know, let me know down below in the comments. I'm sure people still play Blackout more than they play Warzone. So if that's one of you guys, let me know. Now the map for me is kind of better than it is on Warzone. Alright, I kind of like the one on Blackout better. And just graphic wise, Blackout is the number one. Okay, you cannot say that otherwise. You cannot say Warzone looks way better than Blackout. That's completely the opposite. So then we got the map and we got the color. Now what else I think is the guns and everything. Like for you to be able to go find attachments and things, I think that was pretty cool to me. I didn't really mind that. That was actually pretty fun to do. Like you had to go find attachments, or you could tell a teammate like, hey, you got this attachment. So to me that was pretty cool and everything. That was all fun in games, you know. So that's our third one. And I really think to me those are the really only three top tier like pros for this Blackout. Is the graphics, the guns and everything, the setup, the way it all was, and just the map. You know, everything looked pretty good. There was nothing wrong with the map at all, in my opinion. Alright, this was to me. They added all the OG maps that were in this game, so it was all pretty fun. Now we're gonna just talk about the cons, because the cons, I do believe that there are so many cons with Blackout, and why it did not become as superior as Warzone is to this day. For the first con we're going to talk about is this game was not promoted as much as it should have been. Okay, like literally this game did not feel like it was ever finished. It felt like they just released the game and next thing you know, like, all right, whatever, you're gonna deal with it now. So to me that's what happened to Blackout. Okay, it wasn't promoted as much, it wasn't like hyped up as much, because the developers and the updates and things like that were just terrible. Okay, there was not any good updates whatsoever on Black Ops 4 in general, not just Blackout, just anything in general. The updates were terrible. If you remember getting Black Ops 4, you already felt like this game was not even done. The loading screen, just everything in general was just like terrible. If you were the first day players, like as soon as you got the game, you already felt like it was already too old. You felt like this game's been out for like years. So to me that was one of the biggest points right there, is this game did not feel like it was finished whatsoever, and that kind of ruined it for the Blackout mode. Okay, everybody was hyping up the Blackout mode. People still played it, not gonna lie. But so that's the first one. The second one is, for my opinion, this is why it didn't do as good as Warzone did, is because you could not bring back any teammates. Once you are dead, and you're gonna have to spectate your whole squad and things like that, so you're basically doomed. You die, that's it, you're dead. Okay, I'm not sure if they updated it where they can bring teammates back, but I have not played it. But for me that was kind of a big downer, because once you die, you know, you just quit the game and you got to restart a new one and a new one. Now to me that's kind of like stressful, and that's not even stressful, that's kind of like retarded. You know, what if I'm trash at the game and I keep dying? All right, that's my fault, but still, I still want to play the game. And that's what I think Warzone did perfectly, is they found a good balance of how to bring yourself back into this game. But we'll get into Warzone. Now, I think really those are the only cons and pros that I really have, okay? I don't have too much of the game because the game was actually pretty good. I didn't really play it as much because, I don't know, I just didn't feel like it was the biggest hype. It felt like it was a downer once everybody hyped it up and then we played the game. It wasn't as big as it was. So to me, that's why those are my pros and cons of the game. Now for Warzone, I do have many pros and cons about the game because it is pretty new and it is pretty good. Alright, so y'all can't disagree with me. This game is actually pretty fire. Now, why did I play this one more than Blackout? I have no clue, okay? Maybe I don't even like Modern Warfare, but when they added Warzone, this is all I've been playing, and I'm sure everybody else has been playing as well. Now for the pros, number one, and it's like the obvious one, is this game mode got released pretty easily whenever everybody had freaking quarantined and everybody's locked up in their room. So ain't nobody got a choice but to actually stay home and play video games. So Warzone released this so perfectly. Like literally it came out and then after that people had to be quarantined and people were trying it out and everybody else was just playing it with friends and things like that. So that's number one for me, is everybody had a choice but to play the game and then actually enjoy it. As of for Blackout, you know, it just came out, everybody tried it once and maybe gave up on it and nobody really played it as much. Now that's the first pros. The second pros I have is pretty much what the Blackout didn't, is bringing back your teammates once you die, or not even bringing them back. Well, yeah, you can bring them back, but the Gulag was actually a super brilliant idea to bring back into Warzone, or bring in Warzone in general. It's the first time they've ever done this, is they throw your ass in the Gulag, you gotta fight for your life, and if you lose, then your teammate has to pay you back. Now, to me, that's a brilliant idea. That's probably the best thing that Call of Duty's ever thought of, the Gulag, and it's kind of a big thing. You're there with a whole bunch of players. You know, it's pretty fun. You know, I like when they add new things like that for each and every player to with each other and fight for their survival. You know, that's pretty badass to me. So that's number two, is the Gulag. You're gonna get a second chance to get back into the game. That does kind of make it, that kind of lures into the cons as well, because so many players still are at the end of the circle, but we'll get into that. The third pro I do have is just how good the game is whenever you're picking up things, like just in general, whenever you're going to pick up like freaking armor or something like that, it picks it up right away sometimes. And whenever you're putting on the armor animation, that to me is really dope. So I like the animations and things like that. Another pro is I really like when they added the supply drop thing, wherever you get to get a drop and you actually get your class set up and you get to buy UAVs and self-revive kicks and things like that. That was a pretty good idea as well. So that's gonna go on the pros list of good things that is on this Warzone game. There's so many of them, maybe I'm gonna miss some out, but you know how good this game is already. Even the class setups and things like that, to me, getting your own creative class setup is probably one of the best ideas. You even get to make a class and things like that. So bro, that's actually really brilliant for them to think of. I'm saying big ass words here, alright? I sound sophisticated as hell. And another thing is, the pros is whenever you're coming through with the sky or the little AC-130, whatever you want to call it, you actually get to see the letters of the area that you want to land in. So you see like Boneyard, you see all of the map, you see like letters over them, so it's telling you where to go, or it's telling you where is what, okay? So I think that's a brilliant idea. In Blackout, that was terrible. You didn't know where you were going. You didn't know, you just seen the building, you had to memorize it. It didn't say the letters on top of it. So to me, that was actually a good idea. The whole pinging system is also brilliant as well, when you get to ping enemies and just ping where you want to go to. All of that is pretty good. All the mechanics and things like that is what makes Warzone Warzone, all right? It makes Warzone great. It makes it a great game, and it just makes it easier for anybody to play. Another pro I have is this is free to play, so anybody can play it. It is cross play, so anybody could play it. You can play with your PS4 friends, your Xbox friends, your PC friends. You can play with anybody. So those are two combined. It is free, eligible for cross play. So those are the two major things that would make Warzone. It makes it a great game. I don't think Blackout had that, which make Blackout like kind of trash. No, not gonna lie, okay? So Warzone did do a great job by doing that. They pretty much did everything good that Blackout couldn't do, and they just fixed it and they just made a great game. It's free and things like that, so they didn't really care of making it to where people have to buy it. If you don't even have the game, you can still download it. That's how good it was of them for them to do. All right, so let's get straight into the cons of Warzone, all right? Because there's a couple, there's not a whole bunch of them, but there's a couple still wrong with this game. You know, it's not going to be a perfectionist game. There's still things wrong with this game. But number one is, the biggest issue is there's no squad. Now, by the time if you're watching this, I don't know if there's going to be squads yet or if they're even going to add it, but there is no four-man team. It kind of sucks. It leaves the other friend that you have left over, like you can't play with them. There's only 3 of y'all. If you have a 4-friend group, you know, it's kind of hard because it's only 3 man. It's kind of a problem with me, is I like to play with a team of 4. That just makes the game a little bit more balanced. But for me, that's my first con, because I think that's a con for everybody. They want to play with 4 people. It's kind of weird playing with 3. Another con for me is the attachments and things like that you find around. You know, like there's not attachments that you could put on your guns whenever you find them. They're not really as good. Like the green variants aren't that as good as they should be. The blue ones are okay. All you get is like a red dot sight and things like that. It's not really that hard, but then again, I do kind of get it because you can just get your own class setup and just put whatever attachments you want on it. It is really hard to notice if a gun is powerful, if it is green, or if it's common. Maybe that's just my problem, but to me that's a problem. Alright, I don't know which one is more OP. They really just give you guns just to give you guns. I don't even think there's one that's more powerful than the other. So it's all really up to your own class setup to deal with it, which kind of sucks. It kind of ruins the whole mode of battle royale, finding a good gun and things like that. You really just have to get your own gun. So it's a little minor con, but you know, it's a con. Alright, now another thing we have is, I don't know if this is really too much of a problem because I'm using it myself, but the thermal sights on this game are fucking OP as hell. You use a thermal sight, next thing you know, you're looking at somebody across the whole goddamn entire map. You'll probably see somebody in space using that damn shit. If you're using a thermal sight on a sniper, bro, like you literally see the whole damn world with that shit. Somebody behind a tree, which in general I love using the thermal sight, but it is a problem sometimes, I'm not gonna lie. I don't think it's gonna get taken away from the game, but it is kind of a minor little problem. Alright, so maybe if that's a problem for you as well, but for me that is definitely one, even though I'm still gonna use a thermal sight because it is too good. Alright, now for the final one, and this is what everybody wants, is to please nerf them goddamn cars. A big ass truck that just runs over your whole team and does not want to fucking, you could shoot at homie in the window and he's not gonna die, bro. Like, that car is bulletproof as hell. I know a lot of people rage by that. I've gotten run over by so many cars and it's like so annoying. You literally have to run around with a C4 or a grenade or something and blow that shit up. But please nerf them damn cars. It is so hard to shoot somebody that are in them. If you're driving like a little car with 4 people in there, maybe it's easier, but literally if somebody's driving at you, you cannot kill them. That shit is so hard to try at least kill them. You have to carry a C4 on you or an RPG and blow their ass up. So I guess that's kind of even, like you have to have something to blow them up. But anyways, like literally you get ran over so easily. So please nerf them damn cars somehow. Like, I literally shoot up a whole car with a whole magazine and I cannot kill somebody. Alright, I am not that trash, I promise y'all. So those are really the pros and cons of Warzone and Blackout. You can literally figure it out yourself and say why this game didn't do better than that, but of course Warzone just topped it off, made it completely better. My main points is because this game is free and they just grabbed everything that Blackout couldn't do and they just did it better. Couldn't bring back teammates? Boom, they just put in the gulags, which made it an even better chance of getting this game popular. They made it free. Boom, now everybody's playing it in the world. And it's crossplay, bro. You're literally playing with the whole, anybody who has a PlayStation, anybody that has an Xbox. Those are the two main keys of making a good game, okay? And Warzone is just in general so fun to play, you know. That is why I kind of prefer Warzone. So those are the questions, is why is Warzone better than Blackout, or why didn't Blackout do as good as Warzone did? And maybe it's because of the studios, maybe, you know, never know. I heard that Black Ops 4 completely gets to finish their game because they had to make the next Call of Duty, which kind of sucks, but we're the ones buying your game. We spent $60 on a game that's not even finished yet, so you know, that was a big problem. So let me know down below in the comments, which one did y'all prefer? I did prefer Warzone, of course. I would like to know which one y'all preferred. Let me know down below in the comments. Subscribe if you are new, and if you did enjoy this video, I'll make more of them. I'll probably make some more Warzone videos or even Blackout videos if y'all still enjoy Blackout. So with that being said, your boy's out. Peace.